Hello, sweet team. Welcome back to my channel. This is Sweet Ajele. How do you like your fufu? Do you like it hard, soft, or medium? I think I like it medium. And in this video, I'm going to share the natural way to make your fufu 3 ways. I wanted to put up a little cassava, aka yuca series, and I thought, what will be best to start with? And it was nothing other than our famous fufu. So I thought I'll start with that. So I've just peeled one cassava and I'm taking out the core and I'm going to dice them into little pieces, and I'll use my master prep to crush it to the smoothest that can take it, and then I'll transfer it into a different blender to blend it smoothly for me. And I'll be mixing this with plantain. Yes, doadeka madam fufu. Hey, onapo. We're tired of eating the powder ones, so yeah, we're gonna make it natural. But I must say that my children and I, we love the powder one just fine. And because they will not eat it if they see the specks in it, I choose to take out the seeds that are in there. It is totally optional, but I do this because my kids don't want to see those black spots in it. So now I just transfer everything into my master prep blender, and I'm going to blend it to the smoothest that this will take me, like I said. Then I'll transfer it into a different blender, which is this one right here. I'll add a little water to the bottom of it to help turn the blade, and I'll add my mix of cassava and plantain into it, and I'll blend it completely smoothly. Please do not start with a lot of water, because as always, you cannot take out, but you can always add more. So now that this is done, I'll divide it into two. One part I'll cook in the microwave, and the other part I'll be cooking right on the stove top. So at this point, you add enough water to where it is very nice and loose, but not completely watery, just like this texture right here. And you want to use a microwave safe bowl and cover it up, put it in your microwave for 8 minutes. And the second one I just prepped into a bowl, and we will be making this one on the stove top. And like I said, do not add too much water so that it doesn't become too soft on you. So this have been cooking for about 8 minutes and it looks good. So I'm just going to drive it or mash it by pressing it to the side of the cup that I'm using. I'll do that until it is nice and smooth. I'll add just a little sprinkle of water to the top of it, and I'll put it back in the microwave for about 2 to 4 minutes, and that should complete the cooking process. Because right now it is done. I just want it to be completely done, because you don't want to taste the fresh cassava or anything. So I cooked this for a total of 12 minutes, and as you can see, it looks good. It is just so beautiful. So yeah, then we'll transfer it into our earthen pots. Yes, so Khan is in business. And we're going to make it nice and smooth. In my language, we say wonfala fufui. So mafala fufui right here, and it'll be nice and smooth. So once that is done and you feel it's nice and smooth, you want to stop turning it and just flip it over on the nice side. And ta-da! The microwave one is done. Yes, yo, just look how beautiful that looks. Now let's move on to the stovetop one. So with this one, unlike the microwave one that you can just throw it in, sit somewhere, relax, and then go get it and finish it up, you have to stay on it. Keep stirring, because it's going to become lumpy. If you don't stir continuously, those lumps will cook and your fufu will become lumpy. So when making it on the stove top, it's stirring until it is all together. Once it all comes together, you can now add a little bit of water to finish the cooking process, and that is when you leave it to cook for about 5 minutes. Add a bit of water, and I'm going to just spin it around a little bit to allow the water to go through the corners of it, because this is what will cook it. You want to ensure that this is cooked properly. So once it cooked for about 3 or so minutes on one side, I flip it over, allowing the other side to cook for an additional 3 or so minutes again, and it should be ready at this point. So I'm just going to mix it, drive it or whatever, and it is done. But in case you feel there are lumps, this is how I beat it to the side of the bowl. Stop and check, and if there is, you can just pick it out that way. And the good thing is mine didn't have any, but that's the trick to kind of get out lumps from your fufu or jiji. Face the wall when you're making it. So I'm going to turn it, I'm going to fala fufu, and the stovetop one will be done as well. All right, so there you have it. Fufu yo fell neken. Finally, I'm just going to cook it the way we do it in Ghana and pound it. Only this one will be using our food processor. So I cut them into little chunks, and I'm going to cook it until it is nice and soft and completely done. So I added some water, covered it up, let it cook completely, and once your knife can just go through it easily like this, it is ready. So we're going to get out the water, and into our food processor it will go. Now, one thing I noticed about using the food processor is that when you take it out and you try to smoothen your fufu immediately, it'll begin to melt on you. So what I do once I'm done processing it is that I let it sit to cool down completely. So I give it about 5 to 8 minutes to ensure that it's nice and cold or cooled before before I try to smoothen it up. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to mash, blend, process, and I'm going to pour that out. So like I said, allow it to sit to cool for a good 5 or so minutes before trying anything, because as you can see, it's hot. You can see the steam. So it's been sitting for about 8 minutes now, and see, it's nice and firm, and I can just turn it, and there we have it. And I left the specks in this one because I will be the one enjoying this one. I don't want my kids to not like fufu anymore just because they see those specks. Now go ahead and serve it with your favorite soup and enjoy. I must say though that the microwave one is my personal favorite. It's easy, it's fast, and you don't even have to slave over the stove, and it is done, and the texture is just perfect. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. This is Sweet Ajile. Thank you so much for subscribing, and to the sweet team, y'all know I love you. Until I see you in my next video, stay safe, keep loving each other, and remember that the love of family is life's greatest blessing. And guys, ke onamini ochemi sweet maha botu. Bye y'all.